Welcome everyone. Today we're delighted to have with us a natural health expert from Germany, Dr. Barbara Hendel. She's a German physician. She's trained in Munich, Germany at Maximilian University and trained in holistic therapies, and really has placed a large concentration on using therapeutic salts, which is a popular form of treatment in Europe, not so much in the US, but certainly in Europe. So she's had these decades of experience with salt, and right around the turn of the century she became exposed to these Himalayan salts, and she's going to tell us a little bit about that in a moment. And she's really, over this amount of time since then, she's written a book about it and has become known across the world as the leading authority and expert in this form of treatment. And she's here with us today to share a bit about her experience and how valuable and helpful these therapeutic salts can be. So, Dr. Hendel, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for your kind words.
Oh, you're welcome. So, what makes Himalayan salt unique? It comes from the mines in Himalaya, which is in Pakistan or northern India?
No, it's in Pakistan, and this area is called Salt Range.
The Salt Range.
The Salt Range. This is a big mountain. It's about 700 miles long and about 700 meters high, and it consists only about salt. And this salt is so pure that you can eat it like it comes out from the mountain. So you haven't refined the salt, and this is the special on this salt. All other mines you have to all other salt which comes out of the mine you have to refine, because there is clay in it and stones and so on. And in Germany, for example, we have a long tradition with the salt, but the salt content is only 35%. So they pump water in it, and then the salt dissolves and it comes out, and they have to evaporate the salt.
So the Himalayan salt is 100%.
The Himalayan salt is nearly 100%. It's about 95, between 95 and 99%, and they have also these halides, the diamonds among the salts. This is clear like a window, so it's called the diamond, the salt diamond.
And it's believed to be how old? Is it like?
But this is
hundreds of millions of years old.
Yes, this is about 250 million years old. It was settled there when the Himalayan mountains rose up, when this Indian plate comes together with the European and Asian plate, and then a part of this ocean, of this primal ocean, was separated, and the water evaporated, and with this tectonical movement, it comes under and under, and so these mountains were built there.
I think it would be helpful for our viewers to understand some of the differences between sea salts and regular processed commercial salt that we buy in the regular grocery store. So clearly there's a difference there. It's, as I understand, it's heated to a very high temperature, and then it's contaminated with other additives to make it flow better. So what are the primary distinctions, not necessarily with Himalayan sea salt, but between regular good quality sea salt and then typical salt that you would buy in the grocery store? Can you describe those a bit?
Okay, well, the sea salt is actually or was actually a good salt, because it's the same source then also the Himalayan salt has. But our oceans are polluted, and they are full of heavy metals and so on. And so you have to refine the salt, otherwise you get ill. You can't sell it because there are so high content on heavy metals. And therefore also this good salt has to be refined, and all these additional elements, because in the ocean all elements of our planet are dissolved, and these are about 84 elements in this salt, and when you refine it you have only 2 elements, and this is sodium chloride, and this sodium chloride is an artificial substance which hurts your body, because your body needs all the other elements. Then it's a mild salt, then your body can eliminate this salt better, and it doesn't hurt your body because it's not artificial.
Well, I'm not sure if it's at least in our understanding, purely artificial because it is natural. They're not synthesizing or making it, but it's highly processed, and it's removed from the normal surrounding components that normally you would ingest when you're consuming sea salt. So because it's highly processed,
it's highly processed.
You're damaging your body when you take this, just like you would from eating highly processed foods.
Yeah, that's the same.
The same
if
principle.
White bread, this has nothing to do with the grain, the whole grain.
So even though, because there are some sea salts that you buy in health food stores that are very expensive too.
Yeah.
And typically they're advertised as not being processed, but your belief or contention is that because they're taken from the sea, and the sea of the last 50, 100 years has become heavily polluted with heavy metals and industrial toxins, that these are contaminating the sea salt, so they're not as healthy as a Himalayan sea salt, which has really been, for many millions of years, been hidden in the mountains and protected from this type of contamination.
Well, there are some places where you can get a good sea salt. They are protected, and for example, in France, there is a place, but they sell this salt for 40 euro. This is about $60 a kilo.
Mm-hmm.
So they are special places where you can get this salt, but this is incredible high price.
Mm-hmm.
And there is another difference between sea salt and between Himalayan salt, because the Himalayan salt was under a very big pressure, and so you have these perfect geometrical structure, and also this structure is a value point because it's an energy. Every crystal. You can measure this energy from a crystal, and also this stones have an energy.
And so for those people who haven't seen it, this Himalayan salt actually comes in very big crystals that weigh tons.
Yeah.
They're huge blocks of solid salt rather than sea salts, which are relatively small granules that precipitate out, so they really haven't crystallized into these much larger structures. So as a result of that, they have this vibrational energetic component.
Yes, yeah.
And what are the benefits of the vibrational energies that you experience or see in your own practice?
Yeah, well, I make exercises with this salt when I get it first, and I dissolved such a crystal in water, and I measured. I can measure with a certain equipment the energy level of people on the meridians.
Yeah, this is the electroacupuncture, EAV equipment, or electrodermal screening.
And then these people drank a glass of this diluted salt, and then I measured after half an hour once more, and these energy levels, they were balanced. So the high come down, and the others, the low, come up. So it was only
for those who aren't familiar with EAV testing, there's a number of different meridian points that can be accessed on the fingers and the toes, and you can take measurements. It's very similar to like a voltmeter, and you get these readings. And there's a happy medium, kind of like the Goldilocks in the center. So that's where you want to be. But most people aren't. Almost everyone is not perfect, and they have some readings that are too low and some readings are too high. And your experience when you gave people this dissolved salt solution, that it tends to normalize and put them back. Put those readings came back and did.
And I was very impressed about this, and I think this is the energy also from this crystal.
So there's do you believe the vibrational energetic component is more important than the actual trace minerals that might be in the salt, or is it the combination of both?
Well, I think this is a combination. You can't split that.
Okay.
I think this is the combination of all.
Okay.
But it's a healthy salt, and many people think that salt hurts their body because their doctors always say avoid salt.